Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here, things are heating up. And we'll be getting underway very soon. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, that looks a decent ball. Mbappe picks it up out wide.
Oh, great defending, that needed doing.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Luis Suarez.
And he's quick to return it.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there. Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it's Deco. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, that is one way to stop him.
Maradona.
Well, Jim, Vitor Bayer is, of course, one of the most decorated goalkeepers of all time.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that he was one of Europe's very best. His career stats certainly back that up as well. I really like that confidence he has about him. There's a swagger at play.
He's having a shot! They've scored! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Deco, and this is Deco. Elects to cross.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Zanetti.
Italy always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos is wide and looking to get onto this.
Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Well read, and the danger is averted. Maradona. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them.
And the score is 1-0.
Edmilson. Now, can they get him away? He is through here! Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense.
Conte. Half an hour played now. Deco.
Maldini. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Oh, what a mistake! And that's a good finish. They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Van Nistelrooy. Baresi cuts out the pass. Costa Curta. And it's Zanetti. Aimed beyond the defence. Maldini. Had a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Well, the ref's been lenient here.
I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
And he's intervened well there.
Cafu.
Cruyff can see things others simply cannot. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Edmilson tries to pass it through.
Now there's a fine ball. Oh, right on the edge of the penalty area. What's he giving here? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. Perhaps the final meaningful act of the first half. Maradona!
Well, now it's a race for the ball. He's a sharp little ball here.
Deco.
Now it's Deco. And it's Van Nistelrooy. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Rijkaard. Now it's Maradona. Kante does well to get it back. And for the first half, that is that. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So, nothing in it, Jim. What do you think?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Oh, nicely intercepted. Conte. Deco. Stojkovic. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. That has not gone well. Silvestre. Deco has found the net here, of course. Costa Curta spots it and intercepts. Now it's Mbappe. Luis Suarez. Oh, well played. Makaleli. Van Nistelrooy has created... That's a foul, no two ways about it. No second thought, a straight red card. Italy are down to 10 men. Makaleli. Oh, that's a key interception. Luis Suarez. Maradona is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Brilliantly cut out. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Look at the space here. And it's Deco. Deco will not want to lose out here. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
Sostituzione per l'Italia. Numero 6.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Numero 10. Numero 22.
Wonderful save! That's another chance!
Numero 25.
An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Il numero 18. Messi. Il numero 20. Il numero 2. Il numero 15.
Almost an hour gone.
Attenzione alla sostituzione.
Italy have a free kick. Out towards the flank. Nice interception, well timed. Now it's Shevchenko. And there's green grass ahead of him. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Zanetti. For Çalhanoğlu. Great vision. Messi's cross. Khan claims it. Safe hands. Makaleli. Silvestre is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. That has ended up in no man's land. Pass somewhat off target. Cafu. Nakata. And it's Griezmann. Van Nistelrooy. Cruyff. Looking to play him in. And the shot! Goal, Italy! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other. And it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react. And there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Roberto Carlos gets over and intercepts. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Maldini concedes a free kick for that. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Griezmann. Oh, this is a great position.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Where it came from.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Italy clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Well, played right into his path. Roberto Carlos. Griezmann is in a really good position out wide. And that has left him in a heap. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. Well, they are now a 9-man team.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
And it's Van Balken. Can he finish? And it's in! We thought they were done, but never say never. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Ha segnato all'86esimo minuto.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Now it's Hunnit. Nakata.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Yellow or red? It is red. Italy are now down to 8 following the sending off. Very little time to go, and they have a free kick in a really promising area.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
And it's Roberto Carlos. That is lovely.
Ci saranno 5 minuti di recupero.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Griezmann engages and forces him off the ball. The referee's awarded a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. He's not got that quite right. Silvestre. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And he's going to have his name taken.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Cafu, over to the right flank. Cafu. Cafu plays it in.
Been there, done that, unfortunately.
And that's it. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Your reflections then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So straight into the action. This ended up in no man's land.
Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
Cafu. He's going for goal!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Carlos is offering a right smile there.
And we have our very first corner. And a chance!
Oh, it's come off the upright. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
So the most significant moment of the game. 1-0, just one winner. Not much more than a formality.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
So a breakthrough already.
Cafu has given away a free kick. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Played out towards the right wing. That's going wide left.
Cruyff.
He's got plenty of space out wide. And a header! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Silvestre. And Makaleli. So just the one early goal to report so far.
And the score is 1-0. Cruyff is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Can he finish?
Cruyff.
Well, that is one way to stop him.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He has found the way through. Cuts it back.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Played in a chance! And that's a good finish. They are purring, truly purring.
It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and led it perfectly.
And he's done it again. He's got his second.
So that's 2 now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Little doubt, that is a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Conte. Cafu. Throwing.
Now it's Cruyff.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
Oh, he's taken out, that'll be a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Makaleli.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. And he's going to have his name taken. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned. Deco looking for the chance to skim one in from range. And that's going to be a booking. Cafu. Cruyff with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Cruyff has been shown a second yellow, just to confirm he is therefore off. That is Conte. Oh, that's neat. Cafu. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. He was under real pressure there. And it's Cruyff. Mbappe. Well, nicely intercepted. Costa Curta. Cafu. Now it's Deco. That's destined for the flank. Cruyff. Van Nistelrooy could complete a hat-trick here, Jim. What do you reckon?
Well, I think he's got every chance, and he's got plenty of time too to get his third, and the way he's gone about this...
Gets his head on it! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
And here's Cruyff.
Nicely spread.
Conte.
And it's Makaleli. Costa Curta. Maldini. Spread it left. Rijkaard.
Not the most convincing of passes.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Rijkaard.
It's Roberto Carlos.
Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And he's managed to get free.
Now it's Deco.
And it's made its way to him.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. They get a throw in. Deco.
Makaleli.
A player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Italy have a free kick. Roberto Carlos.
Threads one in. Great ball, and he's in here. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Zanetti. That's the end of the first 45.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, who could have predicted a scoreline like this after just 45 minutes? The sides separated by 2. So we're underway for the second half. And it's Roberto Carlos. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Out of play for a goal kick. Zanetti. Rijkaard. Baresi. And it's Roberto Carlos. Edmilson. Aimed beyond the defence. Forlan. Can he finish? Oh, good finish. It is an explosive start to the second half. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
Just 1 in it now.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Roberto Carlos. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Conte. Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. He's got away. Rijkaard carries the ball down the right. Spread neatly. And he cuts out the supply. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Cafu. Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
Sostituzione per l'Italia. Numero 6, numero 11, Forlan, numero 10, numero 14, numero 25.
Conte.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 7, Neymar, il numero 23,
Shevchenko.
Suarez, il numero 18, Messi, il numero 2, il numero 22. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
And this is Van Nistelrooy.
Costa Curta. Cafu has the space to scheme. Now the ball in. Impressive jump! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Roberto Carlos. Ball played for Conte. Zanetti. Now Costa Curta. Baresi. Nicely weighted ball. Messi. Luis. He's had a shot! And he hits the net! Do not write them off! Back they come! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Luis Suarez. Griezmann. Costa Curta spots it and intercepts. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Now this could be a chance.
Shevchenko.
Shevchenko! He's got a goal! And they've got their lead back. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Ha segnato all'81esimo minuto, numero 20. Attenzione, un cambio.
Time for a change in personnel. Two changes here, and both in the back line.
Well, I think the focus is very much on protecting this lead now, Peter, so it seems to be the right decision.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Oh, well played, well played. Strong challenge, that could leave a mark. Cafu looking to receive it in space. Costa Curta. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Roberto Carlos, and that's aimed into the middle.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And it's Roberto Carlos. We are into overtime. Yeah, he's fouled him there. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. the most accurate pass. And that will be it. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Van Nistelrooy voted man of the match, and deservedly so. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
I think that early goal, Peter, pretty much decided everything. It dictated an awful lot of how the game was going to unfold, and in the end we weren't left with any surprises. It worked out as we thought it might.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi everyone. The excitement has really picked up now and I'm eager for the action to start.
Good effort from distance. It's their first effort on goal.
Well, he's hit it well enough for me. I suppose it could be a deliberate attempt to just draw that defence out.
Now it's Mbappe.
Roberto Carlos.
Costa Curta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, nicely intercepted. Diego Maradona, truly the brightest star in the footballing firmament, so I wonder what he has in store for us here.
Well, anything can happen with this man, Peter. He's in a league of his own, truly capable of winning matches, practically on his own.
Well, as he has done time and time again over the course of his career, so another masterclass today.
Here's hoping.
Cafu picks it up now. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense.
Rijkaard. Makaleli. Roberto Carlos.
He slings it, he's rising! He will be livid with himself. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
I know it's still early, but they're showing the better signs. No caution from them.
And this is Cruyff.
Nicely weighted ball. Oh, important interception.
Roberto Carlos. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains.
And he cuts out the supply. Maldini. Costa Curta.
And it's Deco.
And a chance! It's a loose ball. Played in by Roberto Carlos. And the keeper gets his hands on it.
Roberto Carlos.
It's a pretty loose pass.
Makaleli. And here's Cruyff. He's got away. Roberto Carlos. And it's Roberto Carlos.
Now it's Stojkovic.
And this is Stoichkov.
Cafu deals with that comfortably. Maldini.
And it's been given away. Here's Roberto Carlos.
Costa Curta. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Pass is coming off in quick succession here.
And it's Van Nistelrooy.
Threads one in, looking for options for movement. Maldini cuts it out.
Little doubt, that is a foul. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it.
Costa Curta. Silvestre is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
Conte. Now it's Cruyff.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Zanetti does really well to win the ball there.
Van Nis takes a shot! It's run loose.
Oh, he's been caught napping! And a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Great vision.
There's the shot! Roberto Carlos. And it's Stojkovic. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Mbappe is in a really good position out wide. That has not gone well. Makaleli. And he's there to make the challenge. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Great work on the overlap. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Makaleli pinches it off him. Distributed tidily. Quick look, thought about cutting inside. Plays it, he leaps for it! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Yeah, some good movement inside.
The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So between them, no goals at all so far.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Out towards the flank. And he's managed to get free. Has crossed into the middle. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Looking for the run. Maldini. Passing is crisp and sharp. Mbappe. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Costa Curta is the guilty party there. Costa Curta has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Oh, he's having a go! Whistle's gone, that's foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former. In that
chance for a shot! And he thumps it clear. Rijkaard. No way through. Van Nistelrooy. Ambitious ball here. Oh, that's clever. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Çalhanoğlu shifted it to the flank. Foot in. Nicely aimed pass. Tries to play it through. Tries to pass it through. Driven in.
Italy clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Now it's Cruyff. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Knocks it into space. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Rijkaard. Baresi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's having a shot! And that's a tiny finish! That was a given, it always was.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Ha segnato al 65esimo minuto, numero 22. Sostituzione per l'Italia. Numero 9.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. So the first moment of real significance.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Can he get on the end of this? Griezmann receives it in a wide position.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Luis Suarez. Oh, that was vital. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
This is a promising build-up. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Italy surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route.
Can he finish? Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Suarez has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to... He's having a pop! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Griezmann. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Neymar. Can he get it through? Messi. Oh, that's nice. Roberto Carlos defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he shoots! Corner number 2 then. Keeper's dealt with that.
Italy can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Now it's Hullet. Roberto Carlos cuts out the pass. Cruyff. Nakata. And he was quick to react. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, the referee's got a decision to make here. What's he going to give? And the referee has given a free kick just outside the box. Costa Curta has been shown a second yellow, just to confirm he is therefore off.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
And it's Kukçu. Griezmann.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Van Nistelrooy, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher.
Cambio di giocatori.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Look, there has to be...
The end, time is up. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
The type of...